Well, New Year offers opportunity for new beginnings and new patterns. And many people, like myself, resolve to introduce more mindfulness into their routines.
Yeah, so we decided to bring in Executive Director of Instill Mindfulness, Southwest Virginia, to offer up his tips. Jamie, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Yes.
We love having you on. I mean, you walk us through really cool exercises, and you've taught us a lot, so it's good to have you in.
I eat totally different now.
Really?
Especially my raisins.
Especially your raisins. That's great.
Yeah. All right, let's go through
That's
these.
great.
So you say set intentions instead of resolutions.
Yes, so this has been a theme today, hasn't it? So the actual stat, I looked it up last night, is 9% of people feel they've achieved their resolution. So Tim earlier said 1 in 6, that's after 1 month.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So we've got 91% of us walking around feeling like failures. Like, just like think about how you feel when you feel like you failed at something. What impact does that have on the behavior that you're trying to change?
It's terrible.
Not great.
No.
It's not, like, often the behavior we're trying to change is a result of us not feeling good about ourselves anyway. And so if we start feeling bad about ourselves, we're going to go into that even worse. You know that whole one drink, one drunk mentality with Alcoholics Anonymous? It's the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
So if you just set intentions of how do I want to be as a person, rather than what do I want to achieve in the end? What's the goal?
Right.
What am I working towards as a person? Then you can actually, it's not possible to fail at that, you know? I want to be better at whatever. That's working towards something, rather than I'm going to get to this place.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
I love this tip. Notice your urges rather than acting on them.
Yeah, so we all have urges. We all want to do things, but if you just sit and notice that, and are present with it, what you will probably notice is it goes away over time. It's just these things come up. You know, we have a thought, and sometimes that thought sticks, and that becomes an urge, right? But we don't have to let the thought go. We can just watch it and notice it, and it will go in its own time. Everything passes.
Is that what mindfulness will help you do? Is just kind of see it, recognize it, and then let it
That's
pass?
essentially what mindfulness is. It's just watching the thoughts. It's just noticing with curiosity whatever arises. Quite often what arises is a thought. So you notice it rather than attach to it and believe that's got to be true because I thought it. Don't believe everything you think. It's a good policy.
Okay.
Yeah.
You say be curious. What does that mean?
Well, again, that's what mindfulness is, right? It's noticing with curiosity. That's a really key element of it. So we assume, oh, look, that's a table, right? And it's like, it's done, it's dismissed. But if you look carefully, you'll notice a whole lot of things about this table you've never noticed before.
Right.
Things are a lot more interesting when we're curious. We tend to take a lot of things for granted, but nothing is ever exactly as it was or as exactly as it will be. So, like the raisin, right?
Yeah.
So if we just take it in now, what is this now? And with curiosity, life is going to be a lot more interesting and a lot more fun.
Absolutely. Practice gratitude.
Oh, look, this is so important.
That's a good one.
So there's this thing they've discovered, well, they've determined, called the hedonic treadmill. And what it is everyone tends to have they have a certain level of happiness. And it really doesn't matter how bad things get or how good things get, that level of happiness tends to stay the same. There'll be a drop and a rise, but you keep coming back to about that level. And someone else will be up here and someone else will be down here. But what they found is just by practicing gratitude, just even thinking of a few things you're grateful for every day, every morning, slowly that level of happiness is going to increase. And there'll still be dips, there'll still be raises, but slowly that level is going to increase because you start to appreciate more and more and more of the mundane things in life, the things that we do take for granted. It's like, I'm really grateful that's a part of my life. I'm really grateful I got up this morning. How about that?
Right,
That's a good one.
exactly.
Well,
Yes.
we're grateful you're here.
Yes.
I'm so grateful you're having me.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
those reminders. We appreciate it. And if we want more information, we can go and look up instillmindfulness.org.